Would you like to feel truly comfortable in your workwear so that you can pay full attention to the things you need to, such as meeting on Zoom via a collaboration meeting. And instead of fidgeting and pulling on your clothes, thinking, ooh, this shirt is so uncomfortable, your full attention is on every question that they say. And you come up with these really clear answers. And so at the end, they're like, yes, I would love to collaborate with you. Well, that's what we're going to be talking about today is this concept that I think for a lot of people feels like it can't exist in their mind. That your workwear, that your business outfits that you are wearing can truly be comfortable and be something that you are actually look forward to wearing instead of counting down the hours like, oh, I can take this thing off in 1 hour. So let's get to it. I'm going to share a framework with you for how you can truly feel comfortable, find those right clothes that feel comfortable to wear for your business. And I'm going to give you also a guide at the end so that you can start implementing this into your business wardrobe. That's what I meant to say. Okay, so let's get started. And really, with my framework, I'm going to have you look at a few different things that is going to, or have you focus on a few different things that is really going to help you achieve having that business and look that aligns with who you are as a business owner and what your business does, but so that it's actually comfortable wearing. Okay, so we are going to talk about quality, fabrics, size, and body shape. Okay, so that is my comfortable business wear um, framework is really focusing on those four areas so that you can pay full attention wherever you are. So let's start with number one, quality. So here's the thing. In this world where we have access to so many different types of clothes, especially with like Amazon, we can really get the luxury professional look without having to buy from really well-known brands. And that can be really good, but it can be tricky as well because there have been some brands that I have bought that were name brands within the last couple of years that have been great and like have held up great. They're comfortable, they're made well, but then there's also other ones that have you think like are going to be great and they just do not work well. So really quality so that it's going to last long is something you really want to think about. So and a lot of times, yes, you can find those gold nuggets out there, but if you aren't don't have specific brands on like Amazon or have heard from things like people specifically say this was really great quality, I would highly recommend investing in some quality name brands. Now, just because also it's a name brand doesn't mean it's high quality, but there are a lot out there. And actually, I experienced this last winter. So I ended up getting a sweater from Ann Taylor. I think that was one of my first purchases. And I got it and I tried it on, and it was just so soft and comfortable. And as I was wearing it, I like looked or thought about my other sweaters I had, and having that quality piece against my skin honestly made me want to throw away like three-fourths of my sweaters that I have because they were okay, but the quality, the places that I got them from, the way that they're designed is to be good. But it's like when you taste, like, I don't know, if you've ever gone to Cheesecake Factory and had one of their cheesecake slices. Oh, so good. My favorite is like it's not the I always forget. It's like a peanut butter one. It's like a peanut butter cake, cheesecake combined. Oh my goodness, so good. Especially when you're pregnant. I'm not currently, but when I was pregnant with and I had peanut butter craving. Anyways, it's like wearing a quality um piece that is meant to feel comfortable is like tasting a cheesecake slice from the Cheesecake Factory versus like um have you seen, I can't remember what company it is, but like the cheesecake where it comes in a box and you can do it yourself. Like that one can be good, but when you go from that to like the Cheesecake Factory, like this is one of their specialties. You're like, how did I ever live with those box cheesecakes? And that is what it can be like when you buy from brands that are meant to be cheap, and the way that they make clothes, the like, materials they use are not meant to maybe feel a little like nice, but not like super comfortable and just fit you super well. Like just when they rubs against your body, you're just like a softness. That is like what it is like. And so I want you to start thinking of really having, when you want to have a business wardrobe that you actually look forward to wearing, that you're not counting down the hours, you need to think that it is going to be a bit of an investment. And that could be like a time investment of trying and errors. Maybe it isn't buying from like a, super well-known brand like Ann Taylor. Maybe it is finding a brand that is less expensive but really great quality, but it's gonna cost you, like some air of trying different stores and maybe having to return things. But spending a little time, spending maybe a little, investing a little bit more money into some really great pieces that have good quality. They're meant to last. Like that's what they're known for, is it's meant to last. It's meant for the customer to really love instead of just here's a cheap blouse for you. That is going to help make your business wardrobe one that is comfortable and that you're really gonna love wearing. So that's just number one, is like, is this good quality? Um, and number two is fabrics. This kind of has to do a little bit with like quality as well, because a lot of times for the well-known I don't want to overgeneralize, but for the certain brands like Ann Taylor, like with ones that sell cashmere sweaters, like the fabrics that they wear are that they put in the clothes are higher end. And so I would challenge you to start noticing the fabrics that you are picking out. And here's the thing, sometimes it can be personal preference. Some people like really like linen fabrics, and it can be like, if it's a good linen fabric, like it can wear really well, it can last a long time. Personally, I do not like that feeling against my skin. I like more of a softer, but some people might like it. And so something you need to know about fabrics is that it's probably um something that's personal, but it can it can really make a difference. With linen, I'd probably be sitting here and like, like scratching and like trying to work and like I can't wait to get this off. And so for me, like that would be something to note. Okay, linen, no, not gonna wear it. And so actually with the guide that I'm giving you later, there's gonna be a part on there to write like both. Well, there's going to be three sections so that you can write, hey, here's some pieces, here's some fabrics that I just don't like wearing. Write them down. here's some that are okay, and here are some that I love. So, for example, for me, probably linen would be like, do not wear. Um, some that I'm like, oh, I'm okay with, like cotton, great. And then whatever was in, I'm trying to think what was in that one sweater material, or even like this sweater, super soft, like love it. And so being intentional and thinking about it, and then realizing like, oh, there are some fabrics that just I'm gonna love wearing or I'm gonna hate wearing, and it's gonna help me focus more on my business or not so much. And keeping track of that, which you can in this guide, is going to be so beneficial to you, so that when you are buying new pieces, whether it's a layering or a blouse or a pair of bottoms, you are making sure, okay, it is in the at least it like it, I like the material, or in the I love it material. So fabrics is something that you really want to consider when you are thinking about what should be in your business wardrobe so that you love it. Okay, now number 3 is sizing. Sizing. Oh, and I feel like you're probably already like, yeah, sizing is it's a big thing. Okay, so here's something that might change your perspective a little bit. Sizing with stores can be so different, right? And I want you to think about like between store, like each store, just like different businesses have different business values and different niches that they are trying to attract or trying to please. I want you to start thinking of businesses like that, like clothing businesses. They most likely have like a certain niche that they're going to, or, trying to draw in to buy from them. It could probably honestly be a certain body shape, or maybe a couple that they're trying to um like go work with, or like attract as they're picking out their pieces. Some places, to like, it kind of goes back to quality. If they're just made to give the consumer lots of clothes, they may not even be thinking about this much. So, something that we should all just accept is that sizing is going to be different, because maybe, this store is more for someone that gains in their belly, and like that's their body shape, is that everything, they don't have anything tight around their belly that they sell, and then everything flows nicely, and the store may not even realize this. Whereas this, like Ann Taylor, a lot of their things is for someone that can like tuck things, so doesn't, like their belly isn't as a problematic area for them. And so their sizing is gonna be different. And so, like, especially for like small, medium, large, when sizing is like that, just being aware, which you probably do, is that it's gonna be different. Um, but that is why I recommend, find stores that you really like their clothes. And it's good to like search and try to find new ones. But if you can really understand a store's sizing, and a lot of times now too, they're doing measurements, so that's really great. But like be committed to a store and understand. So after a few times, if you're like, so let's say you're buying blouses from Ann Taylor, after the third one, even the second one, I would say, like you are really starting to understand their sizing, so that moving forward, you can really know which one is going to work best for you. Um, Now also, something that you can do that I've done for a while now, is buy two sizes of something when you're buying something, especially if it's something that you're like, I really like this piece, I really want this piece to work. Buy two sizes right away. So I'm currently postpartum, had a baby last summer. And so I'm in this weird phase of like kind of going back and forth a little bit of like losing some baby weight, sometimes gaining a little bit back, but also like really focusing on losing it. And so I'm in this like weird, weird phase, right? And a lot of times we are as women is like we're like kind of losing weight or, maybe you're postpartum and so you're waiting for your belly to go back. Anyways, if you're like finding that sizing is really hard, I would recommend buy two sizes at when you buy something for something that you think you're really going to like. Because here's the thing. If you just buy one size, you could potentially get the right size. If you have like a very limited understanding of the sizing though, what can happen a lot of times you get it, it doesn't fit. And then you decide, okay, am I going to do this whole new buying process again? And then you're going to have to take that original one back and do a whole nother purchase. So the way that I see it, and I found it, is that if there's something that I'm pretty sure I'm going to wear this a lot. I really like it. I'm going to buy two sizes. Yes, I have to take one size back, but just honestly, too, the like mental capacity of like getting one, trying it on and not fitting, having to take it back, and then I have to do a whole nother purchase to do a different size of it. It's just easier to do one purchase, two sizes, get it, try them on, bring one back, and like I have a good fitting piece of clothing that I like wearing. And, sizing is really important. We kind of skipped on to like what this looks like, but when you are wearing something that's too tight and you're sitting and, maybe you're having on a sales call and you forgot how tight those pants were and you're like trying to listen to the person and it's like digging into your stomach, that is not comfortable business wear and you're not going to be focused on their question, right? Or, let's say if a size is too big, is you're going to a networking event and you lost or like you go to a networking event and you go in the room and you're like, oh, these pants are a little big. And so like multiple times when whenever you sit like you're talking at a table with ladies and then you go up to get a snack, like you're like having to pull it up, which doesn't really look professional, right? And it's just an extra, like you're just not focused on like networking and such. It's like your mind is on, oh, my pants fell down again. I gotta pull them up. And then you walk further and you gotta pull them up. So this is why sizing is just so important. It can just be such a distraction. So having your right size is something that you want so you can have that comfortable business attire, that comfortable business wardrobe, so that you can just be so focused on whatever it is you are doing in your business at that moment. Um, and, you know, like store sizing can be different, and sometimes it can be annoying and frustrating at times with sizing because you're like, I was a size 6 here at the store and I'm a size 8 at this store. And honestly, if sizing is really like, if you're putting on stuff and you're really annoyed by the size that you're having to wear, I say like cross it out and write some encouraging thing to you. Maybe you're having to wear larges too. Another trick you can do is like, let's say you're having to wear large and you are not very excited about it because that extra 20 pounds snuck up on you this last year. I would challenge you, take that out and write, if the tag's big enough, get a Sharpie, like a Sharpie pen and write the word lovely. so that when you see that L, your brain's gonna be like, ugh, but then it's gonna stop because you're gonna be like, nope, I am lovely in God's sight. My body is lovely to Him. That's like a little trick you can do. If sizing is just getting a little frustrating and discouraging for you, cross it out and write something different, or use that letter and write something that will encourage you as you see that size. But sizing is very important. Get a couple sizes. Um, like commit to a boutique or store when you know you like it so that you can really understand the sizing well. And then, and also on the free guide that I'm going to tell you about later is going to help you with sizing as well and keeping track of that. So we are on our last one to really creating this comfortable business wardrobe that you actually want to wear and are excited to wear, and so that you can keep full attention and focus on what you're doing in the moment. Okay, so body shape. Why does it need to match your body shape? So many different reasons. One is to move freely. Like, if you are wearing something that is not your body shape, let's say you go to that networking group, and like you got a size, you got a medium because the small, or like you got a medium because the large was just way too big, but um it was too big in one area. So you're like, okay, I'm gonna medium, but it's like tight in another area. Like it's tight in your stomach. And so you're like, I kind of like I can't like this is kind of extreme case, but like I gotta be careful with my breathing, or like I don't want to laugh because then it's like everything's jerking and I might rip the blazer. No, don't do that. You're gonna be focused on that instead of enjoying yourself, being your true authentic self around the people that you're trying to get to know. And they're gonna feel that. They're gonna feel like that tightness, or that like, why does she why is she not seem authentic right now? So they're going to feel that. So that's one way of why body shape is very important. So you can move freely, you can laugh when you want to. And I want to show you what it's like when you wear something that is not meant for your body shape. And a clue one clue that it's not meant for your body shape, whatever, like let's say you're trying on a blouse, and you try like a small, and it's too tight. And you try, let's say you try a small one, and it's too tight in your stomach, but it's fine in your shoulders. And then you get a medium, so it'll fit your tummy better. The medium is still pretty tight and it's getting a little loose on the shoulders. Okay, you're like, a large. Okay, a large will fit you great on your tummy, but now it's like, down here, it's like going way down. It's just like way too big. If you are trying multiple sizes and things are not working, like maybe they're working in one area of your body, not your other, that is a good intention that cut, I like to call, of clothing is not best for your body shape. So for example, um, like if you buy a blouse where let's say it gathers towards the bottom and you can like tie it with a string, and you're trying to go up and down in size and you gain in your belly. Um, Whereas like a loose fitting top, you can be like, oh, medium, yes, it fits. The reason why the one blouse is not fitting in multiple different sizes and the other blouse is because that flowy blouse is made for a body shape that has a belly And the other one, the way that it's made and cut and measurements and everything, is not one meant for someone that gains in their belly. So if you go through multiple sizes and things are still not fitting, know that it's probably body shape. That it's just not meshing with your body shape. And it's not your fault. Okay. And it's okay that it does not fit you. It's okay that not every style fits you. So just that also piece of encouragement too. Do not get mad at your body. Do try not to get frustrated when certain things are not fitting you, no matter what size. It's probably your body shape. And there's so many different body shapes in the world, which is great because if we were all the same, that would be boring. God does not make boring things. So there's just a little something for I want you to think about too when you're thinking about body shape and if just you feel like you cannot get this top will not fit you. Love it and say goodbye. Okay, but here's an example, like a visual example of what it is like when you try to wear something that does not work well with your body shape. So I have kiddos, so I grabbed one of their toys. Okay, so it is like taking this star. So we're gonna say this is this is your clothing, and we're gonna say, like you are this oval shape, okay? So you're like trying to cram it on. Look at, we can get part of it, but like it's not working, right? Let's see. Can we go the other way? It's getting on a little bit, but it's not gonna be in there, right? And so that is what it's like when you are not dressing for your body shape. You're going to try to make things work. And a lot of times you might end up ripping something. You might end up having it fit some place, but not others. Or, it's going to fit you in your problem area and it's going to be huge somewhere else. And so it's just good to say goodbye and try a different piece. But when you have pieces that really work with your body shape, you're going to be able to find that size and be like, okay, like I have room to move. I have room to laugh. I have room to be expressive because expressive body language is really great for being authentic and attracting your best client. So it is very important for really having that comfortable wardrobe is that wear pieces that match with your body. And I want to quickly, before we move on to like wrap it up, and let me tell you about my guide and resource I created for you. I wanted to give you like some helpful things. Now, body shape is an amazing part in styling, and if you are looking for more confidence in your style, if you're looking to really have a comfortable, like excited to wear business wardrobe, it is a great um, thing to understand and learn and be able to incorporate in your wardrobe. But I can't give a full out training right here, right now. And I don't know what your body shape is. So I'm just thought I would take the four of them. Most people go into four of the different body shapes and give you just like something you can take away with and start incorporating. So I use the system by style by color. It's called the BODX system. There's many different systems out there, but it's BODX. And so if you think of like a lowercase b, it has the belly. So this could be like you could be another body shape, but maybe you're postpartum, or maybe your belly is an area that is just a little trickier to dress for. Highly recommend flowier tops. Okay, so things that like get tighter um in the belly or like maybe right under your belly are tops to avoid. Think of non-clingy and a little flowy are going to be best for your body shape. Okay, so then we have O, which is overly endowed. And that's similar to B. So if your bust area is like the trickiest area or the biggest, the one you gain weight in, again, like B, things that you don't want clingy, especially in that area. So look for pieces that are not super tight around the bust area, around the top area that do have a little bit more flow to them. If you are a lot of, like I said, a lot of stores are coming out with measurements. I think a lot do like the bust area. And so I would highly recommend looking in your closet and seeing, like what shirts feel like you have a ton of room in that area, measure it and write it down in this resource I'm giving you. And so when you're looking at shirts, be like, okay, is it is it I'm just gonna make a number. Is it 17 inches across or bigger? Because then I'm gonna be able to move freely. So do that. Okay, so we have BO, and then D is for your derriere area, which is your back end, we'll call it. So if you tend to gain weight in your hips, your legs, your behind area, then you would be in the D category. And I will note, like, you can kind of go ahead and see what works for you. Sometimes you have a couple, you might fit into a couple of them. That's why it's like really important to have a stylist be like, yes, for sure. But these are just like some things to take away. So D, um, derriere. So something that you want to think about, and I think it's just going to be this theme, honestly, is that don't go for clingy shorts. Um, Make sure you have plenty of room in your leg area. Skinny jeans, say goodbye to skinny jeans, okay? They're just not going to fit you well, and they're not going to look flattering on you, and they're not going to be comfortable. So you could go with like a straight leg instead. But yeah, if you are D for like the bottom, for your bottom workwear business clothes, go for like a straight leg or like a flare you could do as well. It's really popular. And that's going to just make you feel more comfortable going with that style of bottoms. Okay. And then we have X, bod X. And like if you look at these letters, it kind of is a visual representation of like what your problem area is. So X is someone that really like gains all over, or if you look in the mirror, like your shoulders, if you were to draw a line from your shoulders all the way down to your hips, it would be like a straight line. Like obviously it would go in, um, like it would go in your waist area, but otherwise, like the width of your shoulder and the width of your hips are very close. And that's though if you have that, you just wanna like you can wear a lot of different things. Um, but just make sure things aren't too like big, if that makes sense. Like you are gonna want more of the fitted top. You are gonna want, and you can go with some other ones, like more of the fitted um like bottoms, because if you go like too big, it's gonna feel off. It's gonna look a little baggy. So go with more of the fitted t-shirts. Go with the belt is great for you to do for pants. So those are just like a little trick that you can take with you back to your wardrobe to be looking at whether it's the tops or the bottoms that I recommended. Um, there's a lot more to that, but it's just a great way to first of all, like be aware that body shape does matter a ton if in whether you're going to feel comfortable in your business clothes or not. And then yeah, start incorporating what I suggest in your wardrobe and when you are trying things on or looking to buy things. So those are the four things. If you really want to have a wardrobe that is business strategy, honestly, because when you feel comfortable, you can move freely, like you love wearing your business clothes, then you are able to really have your mind be focused on whatever you are doing. And what this means for you is like, let's say you are even on Zoom where people don't see everything, but you are teaching a master class. Your attention, you're not going to be pulling, you're not going to be itchy or thinking about your full attention is going to be on speaking the message that you want to speak to your client so that you can have a higher converting masterclass. And that the four things that you really should be looking at and thinking about when you are creating that comfortable business wardrobe is the quality, having good quality pieces, knowing what fabrics you like wearing, making sure that you are getting sizing right and really understanding the size on from different stores, and then know that your body shape plays a part in it. And it's not something, it can be something that um, can go from discouragement to when you really understand your body shape, like empowering and excited that, oh yes, this piece is nice and flowy. It is going to work really well for my body shape. So I have a resource below. Well, I'll have link to it. And so it takes these four areas that we talked about. I put it in a document for you. And so you can start to go to your closet, go to your wardrobe, I'd recommend, and find the pieces that you really like. And like think, okay, quality. Where did I buy this piece from? Like I highly would recommend ditching the the cheap stores. Sometimes it will work. You might find some prices, but be focused on quality pieces that you're actually going to like wearing, that they are put together well. Because sometimes if it's just they're just sure that store, that brand is just trying to get them out to you and be super affordable. Sometimes, honestly, the way that they make them is very non-intentional. And so like it's not gonna work on anyone because their stitching is really weird. The shape's really weird. So really think about quality. And then find maybe a shirt in your wardrobe that you don't feel very comfortable in, and it's because of the fabric. Write that in the do not like fabric so that when you're looking at another shirt, you check it and be like, oh, nope, staying far away. That's cute, but no, I'm not going to wear that because I'm going to be scratching or I'm going to be wishing I could take this thing off. And then, so it has an area on there, has an area for sizing and like like you can pick your 5 favorite stores and be like, okay, what sizing am I normally in tops in this store? And we can vary. So then this guide, this little cheat sheet, you can have when you are shopping online or when you're shopping in store, and be like, okay, for this store, I'm a size small, and for this store, I'm a size medium, so that it really fits you well, every piece that you buy. Um, and then for body shape, like um, tops to avoid, ones that are clingy on the bottom, tops to buy, ones that are flowy that have plenty of room around my stomach. All of these things you can really write down once, and then you will have it with you so that you're not wasting time, you're not wasting money, but every purchase that you make, you can have confidence of like, ooh, I bet this is going to fit really well. And a good majority of the time, you're going to get it and you're going to wear it and you're going to love it and you are going to stay so focused and present on whatever business task you are working on. So maybe you're in a meeting about your next launch with your teammates. You're not going to be like, oh, I gotta unbutton this. This is way too tight. No, you're going to be comfy and comfortable. You're going to be looking professional, looking like a top expert. And you're going to, most importantly, your mind is going to be fully focused on what you need to discuss, all the points you need to discuss for having that next six-figure launch. So, that is what I have for you today. This will help you in your business. It'll help you look forward to actually getting dressed for your business and make you very focused when you are wearing those business pieces. So, check out the link to the lead magnet. I would love to connect. I have links down there. But until next time, know that God created this business and you for an amazing purpose to impact so many different people. And know that you can create a high impact with your style when it is aligned to your brand. And today, a lot of that goes back to like your brand identity, who God made you, or your identity and your business brand, and like who God made you to be, how He made your body shape, what you like wearing. And know that I am always, always, always cheering you on in your business and your style. So, bye until next time.